Ice Hockey World Championships are brought to you on Eurosport in association with Clarion and Skoda.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul Ferguson. Richard Beaupre is here. Welcome once again to World Championship Ice Hockey on Eurosport. Once again, we're in the Vienna Stade Hall, and today's game, a big one, the last one in the preliminary round, sees Slovakia against Germany. The Slovaks are desperate for the points.
The Slovaks will find out if they are going to finish 5th or 6th. The Germans will know after this game if they are 3rd or 4th.
Penalty coming up in the first 26 seconds of the hockey game. The American referee calls a tripping penalty. Power play will go for the Slovaks. Height, who plays for Landshut in the German league, sits for 2 at 26 seconds. The Slovaks do not want to end up in last place in their group. If they get the victory, then they go past the Austrians and they can breathe until next year at least. If they don't, and then they have to fight the relegation battle. Face off at the top of the circle. The Germans have already qualified to go into the next round.
It just depends on what place they will finish in after this game. 3rd place or 4th. 3rd place will mean that they will have a battle against the Finns. 4th place will mean that they will play the Czechs.
Everybody knows they'd rather play the Czechs, but I'm not saying they're going to throw this when no one wants to lose a hockey game. But their style suits the Czech style better than it does the Finns. Merck makes his first big save of the hockey game. And the Slovaks started up. A slow build-up as everyone goes back. Nowak takes a swipe at that. The Slovaks have a tendency to break quickly in the hockey game and entire when they get to the 3rd period. When I saw them first against Canada in the very first game, they were great for 2 periods. I thought they were medal contenders, and then after that, they just seem to peter out, fizzle out, whatever you want to call it. But they don't have the staying power. Dimitra got it over. Smerchiak drops it on the red line. 39 seconds remaining on the power play. Germans shoot it all the way down the ice. Dragon taps it up to Dimitra. Dimitra bangs it along the boards, goes back, and we've now completed 2 minutes of the hockey game. Long pass up the middle. Whelan got the stick on it, deflects it high. Offside is the call.
There are thousands of Slovakian supporters here, but Paul, in hockey history, this has probably got to be one of the first games ever that there are Austrian people supporting the Germans. They want the Germans to win. That would keep the Austrians in 5th place, and they won't have to even think about that relegation battle.
The top 4 play next week for the medal round. The 5th place teams go home, and the 2 teams that end up in 6th place in their groups have to fight, as we said, for the relegation round. We know the Latvians are coming up. Someone has to go down. Yaseko, the big defenseman, drops it back behind the net. Slovaks again. 10 seconds on the power play. Puker let the shot go, and that's gently cleared down the ice by Schertz. Plavuka bangs it up on the boards to Puker. He can't hang on to it. Dieter Hagen, whose birthday it is today, he's 34, gets the return pass up on the wing. Icing is the call. The Germans are back at full strength.
It was right when you announced that it was Hagen's birthday that he missed that pass. Possibly he heard you on that.
He probably heard me reveal that he was 34. It's been a big week for birthdays. Merck had his a couple of days ago. Duce, Hagen, and then Jan Benda.
Damit Ihre Träume nicht einfach zerplatzen,
Gibt's den Citibank Sofortkredit. Weil wir laufend geschult werden, beraten wir Sie kompetent und entscheiden auch ganz schnell.
also ganz flexibel.
Ja, und Sie erfahren auch, über wie viel Geld Sie verfügen könnten, selbst wenn Sie jetzt keinen Kredit brauchen.
Und Laufzeit und Ratenhöhe?
Die werden individuell abgestimmt.
Clever.
Interesse? Dann kommen Sie zur Citibank oder wählen Sie jetzt 0180 33 22 111.
The city never sleeps. Citibank.
Skoda, the main sponsor of the 1996 Ice Hockey World Championship.
Suddenly, the Olympic Games are just around the corner, and the words "on time" are more important than ever. So it should come as no surprise that the official express delivery company of the 1996 Olympic Games is UPS. UPS guarantees worldwide express delivery, on time, every time, or your money back. Isn't that the sort of track record you look for when the clock is ticking for you?
Whenever I feel like giving up, I think about the American Earth.
I understand. These are the Olympics, and I'd die for them.
In spite of horrendous internal injuries and ignoring all the doctor's warnings, he went on to win his third consecutive Olympic gold medal in Tokyo. If he was prepared to risk everything for the Olympics, then I must be too.
Damit Ihre Träume nicht zerplatzen,
Gibt's den Citibank Sofortkredit.
Sie werden kompetent beraten.
Und bekommen ganz schnell eine Entscheidung.
Also kommen Sie zur Citibank.
Oder wählen Sie jetzt 0180 33 22 111.
Konferencii v Toronte, kde sa otváral oficiálne svetový pohár. Tak ma to trochu pošteklilo a ma to napadlo, že možno, ak sa vrátim, že tam by bola vhodná situácia, pretože všetci začínajú rovnako, všetci začínajú po letnom odpočinku, takže by ten handicap nebol až taký veľký. Samozrejme, že by som sa musel začať pripravovať trošku skorej, ale myslím, že pravdepodobnosť je veľmi, veľmi malá, pretože momentálne som veľmi spokojný a mám ďalšie povinnosti a není už tá motivácia takého druhu, akého by mala byť, na to, aby som sa dokázal obetovať a pripraviť sa teda takým spôsobom, aký ja vyžadujem.
Ani ten motív tu nie je, že by ste na kanadskom pohári hrali vlastne v 3. reprezentačnom drese?
Ja si myslím, že ja už som hral v toľkých reprezentačných dresoch, že už hádam aj stačilo, ale v každom prípade tu je motív a na kanadskom pohári určite budem. V jakej funkcii, v jakej pozícii ešte není jasné, ale v každom prípade to bude v pozícii, kde bude môcť pomôcť slovenskej reprezentácii a hokeju samotnému, propagácii hokeja vôbec. Ale myslím, že pravdepodobnosť je veľmi, veľmi malá, pretože momentálne som veľmi spokojný a mám ďalšie povinnosti a není už tá motivácia takého druhu, akého by mala byť, na to, aby som sa dokázal obetovať a pripraviť sa teda takým spôsobom, aký ja vyžadujem.
Ani ten motív tu nie je, že by ste na kanadskom pohári hrali vlastne v 3. reprezentačnom drese?
Ja si myslím, že ja už som hral v toľkých reprezentačných dresoch, že už hádam aj stačilo, ale v každom prípade tu je motív a na kanadskom pohári určite budem. V jakej funkcii, v jakej pozícii ešte není jasné, ale v každom prípade to bude v pozícii, kde bude môcť pomôcť slovenskej reprezentácii a hokeju samotnému, propagácii hokeja vôbec.
Slovenskí hokejisti začali vystúpenie medzi svetovou elitou remízou s Kanadou.
Tak určite som mal radosť, lebo vlastne však sme išli do Viedenia proti Kanáde. No.
A tento okamih letel do sveta cez štúdia rôznych televíznych spoločností.
Словацкая команда имеет ряд хороших игроков. Команда мобильная, хорошо владеет...
Skončilo, takže až keď bude posledný zápas a skončí to výborne, potom budeme môcť povedať, že sme dobrí aj v hokeji.
Stretnutie s Kanadou nás všetkých často zdvíhalo z usedadiel. Myslím si, že tento výsledok vojde do svojej histórie. Stretnutie s Ruskou federáciou nás trošku zarmútilo. Na druhej strane nás upozornilo na určité nedostatky, ktoré možno pri dobrej taktickej sondáži odstrániť.
V záhrade park hotela Schönbrunn sa naši pripravovali v pokoji na ďalšie zápasy. A našli si čas aj na rozhovory nehokejové.
Ozaj, v akom kontakte ste teraz s tými najbližšími odtiaľto z Viedne domov?
Tak jedine telefonicky. Zatiaľ za mnou nikto teraz nepríde. A my sme vlastne došli teraz len z Kanady a bolo akože kopu veci.
No a v kontakte som takisto len v telefonickom a už sa teším domov, pretože som nebol doma od septembra, takže sa teším, hovorím, po majstrovstvách domov.
Čom je ťažké zvykať si na život za oceánom?
Tak hlavne ten, že sme ďaleko od domu proste, že človek je zvyknutý aj navštíviť aj rodičov, sem tam známych, ktorí sme mali. Tak ale počasie si človek vybuduje aj tam akože kopu známostí. Mali sme tam dobrých priateľov, s kým sme sa navštevovali, takže ten čas uteká akože rýchlejšie.
No tak ja, čo môžem povedať, ja tam mám priateľov, kanadskú rodinu, ktorej som 6 týždňov býval. Ešte keď som pred 2 rokmi prišiel do predkempu Edmontonu. No a oni mi v podstate volajú každý druhý, tretí deň, aby som prišiel na návštevu, ale ja mám tak čas, tak 2-krát za mesiac ich navštíviť a keď idem k ním, tak samozrejme oni spravia dobrú večeru a potom sa porozprávame, čo bolo za posledné dni a zahráme si trebárs biliard alebo niečo také, oni majú v dome. Je to taká herňa, ten ich dom, takže tam je veľa vecí, že čo sa dá robiť na skrátenie času, potom sú tam priatelia okolo, ktorých prídu navštíviť, takže hovorím, že to s tým nie je problém, no, horšie nájsť si ten čas.
Ako vlastne o ten svoj post, o svoje pôsobenie v tíme bojujete? Čím je zaujímavý ten boj o miesto v zostave?
Tak čím je zaujímavý, tak no, asi prípravu na ten zápas a prípravu na tie tréningy, no, tak asi u Zdena to je asi, ten má asi miesto jasné, ten už má svoje meno tam vybudované, no a my asi so Šarkým sa ešte o tie miesta asi budeme musieť byť, no. Tak určite asi ja asi najvyššie, no a tak ja asi kvôli tomu som rád, že som tam mohol tento rok stráviť akože asi sám, že som sa mohol na ten zápas každý deň pripravovať, že som nemusel robiť žiadne inakšie veci okrem hokeja. No a myslím, že tento rok mi celkom dobre vyšiel a myslím, že tie roky už môžu byť iba lepšie a lepšie.
Stefan. The Slovaks with so many opportunities in this period. Right out front, cleared away nicely. Time ticking down on the clock. Slovaks. Shot. Merck. Merck way out of his net. Seeger trying to turn around and take the shot. Draisaitl had a stick on him. Rumrick was over there too. 9 seconds now. Sakaris taps it in. Goaltender. Glove save after it bounced off his equipment.
Merrick helping himself out there, playing it off his body up into the catching glove. It's been all Slovakia. Dragon in the Slovak goal hasn't had a shot on net in over 10 minutes. The passing by the Slovakians has just gotten better and better as this period has gone on. That shot coming all the way from the blue line, a couple of bodies in front of Merrick, but he saw it enough to hold on to it.
5 seconds to go. Palpy's out there again. He's doing a lot of double shifting, isn't he?
Well, they just changed less than 45 seconds ago. You're right, Paul. He's right back on the ice now. They're going to hope for one last shot here.
All-important face-off right at the end of the first period. Draisaitl out there. That comes back. The shot upstairs. Merrick gets the arm on it. And the buzzer goes to end the first period. Slovakia 0, Germany 0. That's how it ends after 20 minutes of hockey.
Scoreless, but the Slovaks out shooting the Germans 15-5 in the first period.
An excellent period for the Slovakians. We're going to have more of the same, I'm sure. Be sure to join us when we come back for the second period. We'll be back.
Campari, never by chance.
Skoda, the main sponsor of the 1996 Ice Hockey World Championship.
In Asia, business is more personal, and our new business class now has more personal comfort, more personal entertainment, and even more personal space. And our more personal style of service that always comes from the heart. Cathay Pacific, the heart of Asia.
Be part of the action this summer with Super Trinitron Wide.
Welcome back to the start of the second period. Paul Ferguson here with Richard Beaupre. Slovakia 0, Germany 0. The Germans playing from left to right. And the Slovaks came out firing in the first period. Both, as we've seen them do before. The difference, I guess, for most of the period was Klaus Merck.
Klaus Merck had an outstanding period. He made 15 saves. The Slovaks had much better passing and a lot more skating going for them. The Germans need to pick it up a gear, but I just think that the Germans are slow getting themselves into this game. Their offense hasn't really triggered yet. One or two guys trying to take the Slovaks on. They need to get together as a unit. That's how they've been successful so far.
There's the German bench with Kuhnhackl in the distance. Kingston just wiping his mustache. George Kingston is the coach, experienced in the NHL and also in Europe. Julius Supler is the coach for the Slovakian national team. Palfi goes out once again for the Slovaks. This guy spends a lot of time on the ice. Stefan, the Slovaks desperately need a goal scorer, and if anyone can do it, he can do it. Wisnowski Bergen unable to slow that down. Satin to the far side. Ludeman chases it. Palffy goes after it. The Germans now unable to get it out. Will go back with Bergen. Merck drives that high and along the boards. Rumrek tried to slow it down. And the Germans again get it as far as the blue line, and it's taken in. Draisaitl looks for Stefan and finds him. Stefan, Smerchek is on his tail. Wisnowski picks it up. Both teams change on the fly. Dimitra to Palffy, who switched wings. Palffy unable to hang on to that pass, which was behind him. Loses out. Hagen touches the puck and will have another face-off after that two-line pass.
Palffy's line now going to the bench. The ability that Palffy has to take passes no matter where they are, behind him, ahead of him, coming at his head, wherever. This guy has an incredible ability to get his stick on the puck, and the puck is like a magnet once it's on his stick.
The Slovakians tied the Canadians 3-3 in their first game. Then they were beaten by the Russians 6-2, the Austrians 2-1, and the Americans 4-3. Against the Americans, they came back from it being 4-1 to 4-3 in about 38 seconds, and it looked like they were going to tie the game. It didn't happen. The Germans lost a close one in their opening game to the Russians 2-1. The Americans beat them 4-2, and then they turned it around and beat the Canadians 5-1 and the Austrians 3-0.
Every game that the Germans have been in has been a close one. They came in here underrated, people not knowing how strong this German team would be, but they have been in there in every game.
1:45 gone on the second period. Still no score in this hockey game. The Germans with their supporters banging the drums and cheering and singing on the far side. Kinas shot it in. Yaseko goes after it. Schneider is there. Levuka gets it up nicely, and here come the Slovaks. Puker. Levuka shoots it. Deflects off Dusey's stick. Goes into the corner. Flipped high. Levuka is there. Grabovic picks up the pass. Dusey follows him in, and that goes off the side of the net. Nowak bangs it off the boards. The Germans will again change on the fly, as will the Slovaks. Varhalik wants it here, but it goes up to Puker. Puker to Rybovic. His shot deflected, and it's wide. Schertz off the boards. Kuhnhauser picks it up. Kuhnhauser drops that back behind the boards, or behind the net rather. The shot has no steam on it at all as we approach the 3-minute mark. Kuhnhauser has Reichel. A shot wide of the target. Schertz got a piece of it, no steam on it, and it was wide. Long pass right up the middle. Drop. Hasek wide of the target. Goaltender down. Right out front. And picked up in the crease. And thrown away. The Germans now breaking with a 2-on-2. Reichel drops it back. Schertz shot deflected away into the far corner. This is non-stop action. McKay gets it back to the blue line. That's shot all the way down the ice, and the icing whistle will blow as Goldman goes back for it.
Both teams stringing a few passes together, getting shots away, but nobody's hit the target yet. A lot of shots going off the plexiglass. Hasek with a great opportunity on a drop pass during that last shift. His slap shot just wide of the bottom corner of the net. They're going to have to start finding the target.
This is an incredible rink. We're sitting about, I guess, about a third of the way up, and when you look across the rink, people are way up higher than you would imagine, because the roof kind of slopes down, so they're up above us, and you can't see them because they get lost amongst the lights and everything. It really is a nice place to watch hockey and to play hockey. It's a good-looking rink. Through the circle, the Germans swiping at that puck, unable to get it. Eventually, Benda stick handles around Wisnowski. Wisnowski comes back to tie him up. Palfi on the far side, head manning the puck. Satin is there. Dimitra breaks to the far side. The shot on the target. Goaltender went down. A shot coming in from Palfi. Dimitra reaches in, can't get it. Satin is there. That bobbles back to Varholik. Shot onto Merrick's stick. He kicks it away. Loose puck, and that comes out over the blue line. A giveaway there. Palfi coming in against Ludeman. Offside.
Oh, I'm not sure about that call, and Palfi is stating his opinion to the linesman.
Was Satin the offender?
That action coming much earlier in the shift. Height gloving the puck ahead to keep it in the Slovak territory.
Face-off just outside the German zone. Pucher is there against Draisaitl, a pair of 17s. That comes back to Varholik. Gets it to the far side. Still no score in this hockey game. It's now the 5-minute mark of the second period. Stepan picks it up from behind the net. To the top of the circle. Return pass to Stepan. That was nice. Two-line pass is the call. The idea was right.
Pass coming from inside the German blue line, just about right on that center red line. That is a close call. The linesman saying that the German player was on the other side of the center red line as he touched the puck. A couple of close calls in this period by the linesman.
There's Bully going through the paces right in front of us, behind the timekeeper's bench. He loses about 20 pounds a night, that guy. And then again, after the game, he's in the bar. He puts it right back on.
That's what he was telling us last night. He lost 8 kilos in the event last year.
He's out here before the game, between the periods, and after the game, and the kids and all the fans, in fact, love him. Professional figure skater from Germany. The other day, just before the game, he appeared when the Zamboni came out. They tipped it up, as they do when they dump the snow out, and he rolled out onto the ice. 5:13 gone on the second period. Pucher in the face-off circle. Rabovich goes in. Rabovich, open net, goaltender down.
I think that Rabovich couldn't believe his luck there for a second or two. Right off the face-off, Rabovich walked right in on the German goal. He was all by himself. And just for a second, he thought about it, and that was 1 second too long. He lost out in the end. Rabovich, all kinds of room. He can shoot, he can deke. The hook is in there by Bergen. Just to throw him off a little, Merrick comes sliding out with the pad, and that's it for Rabovich. No chance on this one.
Rabovich sees daylight, but he doesn't see that little black puck. Shot blocked. And Schneider's not going to do much without a stick. Sakaris. Seeger. Two-line pass again.
Maybe the linesmen need a wake-up call here. That call was made about a day and a half after it occurred. A couple of players had already touched the puck. The Slovaks were inside the German blue line by the time the whistle blew. Action earlier, Schneider looking like a public skater out there, going the length of the ice without his stick.
I think he'll slap it in with his nose or something. 5:32 gone on the second period. Face-off where that pass originated from. Doucet shot deflected off the mesh above the plexi, and when it touches that meshing, it's whistled down. So we'll have yet another face-off. The Slovaks changed their entire crew out there. We already know that the Swedes are going to take on the Americans. The Finns will take on either the Canadians or the Germans. A lot depends on this game. As to who ends up where. A 2-on-1 situation. Merrick goes down. That goes into the far corner. Satin had a chance. Picked up and cleared out of the zone. The Germans double back with Schneider getting on it. Smerchak chases him. Satin now goes in. Schneider, a move. Gets himself free right up center. It's given away. Dimitra. Palfi was there, upended by Kinas. Merrick made the save.
Kinas will go to the penalty box. Palfi was trying to get on the end of a bouncing puck. He didn't get the puck, but he did get a result for the Slovaks. They'll have the man advantage for 2 minutes. Dimitra feathering that pass through, looking for Palfi. Just about gets a stick on it, then his feet are taken out from under him.
Time in the penalty is 6:15, so Kinas sits for 2. And the Slovaks have yet another power play. That comes all the way back to the blue line. Smerchak and Wisnowski are back on the blue. Dimitra waiting out front. They're trying to jam it in. Shot comes in. Goaltender down. Big save. That's upstairs in the net. Finally, Palfi puts it away. Power play goal.
It's not like any of the Slovakian supporters have sat down throughout this game, but they're all on their feet now. The first goal of the game, and it's Zygmunt Palfi, who scores after 2 shots that already come at Klaus Merrick. Slovaks with the man advantage, pushing the attack right at the German net. Merrick with a good save. He's down, out of the play. Palfi lifts it over him for the first goal of the game.
From the face-off, the Slovaks have it in their own zone. Varholik gets it over, and back they come. Another shot right on the target. Yeseko letting that one go. Merrick again called upon to make the save, and the Germans through neutralized territory only as far as Plavuka. Bouncing puck comes over to the near side. Varholik. Gull sat down the ice, and icing will be called at 7:08 of the second period, and this crowd really has come alive.
The crowd is very lively, and you don't want to take anything away from the way the Slovakians are playing right now, but the Germans just look totally unorganized, and I do hope that as this game goes on, they get their act together, because things are only going to get tougher. The next round of play is going to start after this game, and the Germans can't afford a display like this against any of the teams from the other division.
McKay got it back. Goldman took the shot. McKay flips it to the far side. Slovakia giving it away against McKay. McKay is a fierce forechecker from the blue line. Slovakia with 3 players coming forward. Seeger got it out front. Back out front, but there's no one there with a blue shirt on. Hesht, a good little pass to McKay. Back to Hesht. Offside by about a day and a half. Benda was over the blue line having a cup of tea, waiting for the boys to come back. 7:35, the time of the whistle. Both teams will change. This game has picked up a pace.
Benda, Hesht, and McKay are 3 guys that have played very well, and in this game, they're right out to lunch right now. They just can't seem to find each other. They haven't linked up with any passes at all.
Junge, komm bald wieder.
Das einzig wahre Warsteiner.
Skoda, the main sponsor of the 1996 Ice Hockey World Championship.
Stone Age. The dawn of a
multimedia. Clarion, car audio and beyond.
Wenn Siege gefeiert werden.
Still 1-0 for Slovakia over Germany. Schneider stands guard out front as that comes to Sakaris. Nice pass up. Dimitra. Seeger dropped it back. Shot on the target. Mir comes up with a big save as Seeger raced in after he dropped that pass back for the shot.
The Slovaks are hungry. The passes are being dropped back. The big shot is coming in, and there are always two men going right to the net. They're looking to provide a screen, get a deflection, get a rebound, whatever they can get on the end of. Merrick did a good job to control the puck as it was off his pads. He held on.
Hasak against Ducey. Ducey wins the draw, gets it back, and it's taken behind the net. Nowak. Seeger goes after him. Nowak just bangs it off the boards and gives it to Hasak. Hasak taken off the play. Sakaris. And Hasak flips to the far side. The Slovaks now. Seeger, Hasak out there. Kolnick trying to get something organized. Sakaris came in from the blue line. Well, we're saying that Kolnick was trying to get something organized in front of the net, but Sakaris crept in from the blue to make it 2-1, or 2-0 rather.
I just finished saying, Paul, that the Slovak defensemen are starting to get themselves involved in the offense more and more in this period. On the last shift, Yaseko went forward. This time, Sakaris comes in from his defensive spot. Good vision by the Slovakian forwards. Sakaris was there, the touch is there, and the goal is in the net. No chance for Merrick on that one.
Smerchak got the pass over. That's tipped over the boards into the German bench, so we'll have another face-off. Is it finally all coming together for the Slovaks?
Well, it's the right time in the tournament to peak, but unfortunately, they're only going to be able to peak enough to keep themselves in Pool A. They aren't going to have another game to play, but they do want this big win.
Seven minutes left on the period. Reichel got it back, and the Germans with Schertz racing in. Kuhnhauser unable to grab that along the boards. It's kept in. Kuhnhauser again goes in. Kuhnhauser against Smerchak. Smerchak ties him up, and holding is the call. Holding of the stick, says the American referee.
A very quiet period for the referee. One penalty going against Kinas earlier for the Germans. The Slovakians scored a power play goal on that one. This is the first penalty of the period for the Slovaks. Murchiak called for holding the stick.
13:18, the time of the penalty to Smerchak. Face-off will be where the infraction took place in the Slovak zone. Still a lot of hockey to come on Eurosport during this World Championship play, so stay with us. Every day we're going to have games right up to and including the final on May the 5th. Ludeman winds up, shot deflected away. It's up the far corner. Ludeman wants it up high. The jeers are coming from the Slovakian supporters. It's not going to worry the Germans. Ludeman can't control that pass. This could be dangerous. A long pass up the middle. Palfi has it. Palfi breaks in. Palfi's brought down from behind by Draisaitl. No penalty on the play. The Germans back on the attack with Benda. Benda races down the right side. Slows it down as he hits the red line and gets it to the far corner. That bounces out front. And Stefan came up with a key save there on Wisnowski because Palfi was free. Drop pass. Shot wide of the target. Another shot from Satin misses the target. Bergen and Palfi mix it up in front of the goal. And we have a whistle on the play.
Palfi still not happy with the way he was handled earlier in the shift. He was dumped as he was going into the net. Bergen and Palfi came together at the front of the net, and the both of them squared up. The referee just very casually watched it enough, then blew the whistle and said, okay, the two of you can go and cool off for 2 minutes.
This will be the longest break that Palfi gets. We got a 5-on-4 situation out there with the Germans having the man advantage.
Smirchak still in the box for holding the stick.
The other two are coincidental penalties, so they cancel each other out. Height flips it up onto the left wing. 45 seconds remaining on Smirchak's penalty. The Slovaks getting it off the boards. Michael Height has problems with that. Puker goes after him and stumbles as he hit the blue line. Plavuka went in. Shakaris. Medrick backhands it as far as the blue line. Duce is there. Kinas will pick this up. Far side, bang it off the boards. The Germans. Height just flips it in. The goaltender had a good view of that one and hung on.
More difficult than it looked. Dragon has probably got frozen fingers in the net. He's only stopped 3 pucks now in this period.
It's nice to see he's had a shave since the last game, though.
He's had time to shave during this period in the net.
Here's the shot. It's clear all the way.
Hagen trying to get a tip on that right in front of the net.
4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining on the second period. 2-0, the Slovaks leading the Germans. That comes through the circle, and the Slovaks happy just to shoot it down with 6 seconds remaining on Smirchak's penalty. Nowak. Slovaks are back at full strength. Hest right in front, cleared away in front of Dragon. The Slovaks with Seeger. Pass on to the wing. Seeger looking for the return pass. He's got it. Right in front again, bouncing away, and one or two people thought that Seeger was held on the plate. Merck comes out to slow that down. McKay off the boards. Varhalik taps it forward. Rumrick comes in hard. Schneider picks it up. Drop pass, and the Germans, with 4 minutes remaining on the period, Nowak gets it up to Varhalik. Seeger with no place to go. You could have thrown a blanket over the 3 Slovaks on that red line. Hasak spins around. Kuhnhauser decides to get it away from the boards and throw it to the far side. Quick change by the Germans. Varhalik got it down the ice. Schertz unable to grab that away from Varhalik. Goldman right in front of his goal. 3.5 minutes remaining on the period. Schertz breaks one way as that puck comes along the near boards. Reichel loses out to Dimitra. Schertz gets back in a hurry. This guy's all over the ice. Little tip pass there. Reichel falls as he tried to drag that along the boards. The puck is underneath. The officials say that's enough. Let's have a face-off.
And now with the stoppage in play, Palfi and Bergen can return to the ice.
Three minutes and 7 seconds left on the period. 2-0 Slovakia over Germany. One more period of hockey to come. The world's press are here as the face-off just outside the blue line. Nowak tees it up, drives it in. Smerchak is there. No one for either team in the penalty box. Long pass going nowhere. Kinas backhands it in. The Germans come out of the zone, but the official says it's still a delayed offside. Now it's no longer a delayed offside. Lavuka drops it back. Rubovic is taken out of the play. Puker gets it into the circle. Scores! Lavuka right out front. Change of direction on that pass.
That's a good goal for the Slovaks, because this is more or less the extra line for them. Rubovic, Plavuka coming out, doing a good job for the Slovakians. And they've gotten a goal through their efforts. Good hard work. Rubovic started that off by just muscling with the German defenseman in the slot. The puck went into the corner. Out in front of the net, Plavuka is struggling with the German defense. He's strong enough to keep his stick on the ice. The puck goes into the net. The Slovaks up by 3.
Merrick didn't see that. Plavuka picks up his second goal of the tournament as that comes deep into the Slovak zone. All the way back, Bergen plays with it and then drives it along the boards. Sakaris hits the red line, comes up to the blue. Sakaris waiting for a little support, gives it to Stefan. Drop back. Ludeman, less than 2 minutes on the period. Bergen. Draisaitl now for Germany. Draisaitl works it up the middle. Comes up to the blue line, comes up to the red, and just fires it in. Rumrick from Stefan. Rumrick. Sakaris stays on him. Stefan goes in to help out. Draisaitl is there. The puck is held along the boards by Rumrick, and we'll have another face-off with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go in this period. It's now 3-0 Slovakia over Germany. The Slovaks are hungry, that's for sure, aren't they?
They are. They're playing with a lot of intensity, Paul. It's a good game by them so far. They've got a period left to go and 1 minute and 17 seconds left in this second period. The Palfi line staying on the ice. Like we said, they've got nothing to hold back for. If they can win this game, the season's over. They go home and they stay in Pool A. If they lose this game, they're going to have to dig deep and come up with another win, or come up with a win to stay out of relegation.
The shot came in a moment ago from Wieland. It was deflected just wide of the net. The Germans actually getting a shot near the net in this period. Dimitra right in front. Satin was there. That bounced and bobbled wide of the target. Last minute of the period. Meyer just backhands that to the near corner. Satin puts it right back into the corner. Satin again takes it from the hash marks. Dimitra flips it over right out front. And Merrick got a piece of it.
Merrick had to be awake because he didn't know whether Palfi was going to try and come around the net and shoot or pass it. And the Slovaks knew what they wanted. They had another defenseman coming in to try and get a touch on the puck.
This is better hockey from the Slovaks than we've seen in the last few days. Icing is the call. 16 seconds remaining on the period. Jaromil Dragan hasn't had a lot to do.
He's had a very quiet game so far. A lot of the German media and press people feel that their style, as you mentioned earlier, Paul, would suit the Czechs. They'd like to play the Czechs. I don't know if that's a good move right now, the way they're playing in this game. The Czechs have been really hot in the other division, and with the Finns possibly bringing 1 or 2 players in, either game is going to be a tough one for the Germans. They need to wake up and have a good third period.
Rubovic gets it out front. Schertz is there. Long clearance. Another icing call. So the Germans will have another face-off in their zone. That's not what they really wanted. They could have taken that to the red line and shot it in. 5 seconds on the period. Yet another chance for the Slovaks to get a shot on goal.
That's exactly what they're going to try to do. Puker is going to take the draw.
That bobbles back. The shot on goal. Another one. The first one deflected away, and there goes the buzzer. The second one went high, but the idea was right. The icing call gave them an opportunity to get a couple of shots away. Excellent period for the Slovaks. They came up with 3 goals. Palfi, Shakaris, and Pavluka, and that's the way it stands.
29 shots on net in 2 periods for the Slovaks and 3 goals in front of the Germans. They're putting in a great game right now. The Germans need a good 20 minutes, though, to get themselves ready for the next round of play.
There's 1 period left. Stay with us. We'll be back. Welcome back to the third and final period of this hockey game between Slovakia and Germany. The Slovaks leading 3-0, and just as we started to speak, a guy walked in front of us and he held up a sign that said, "Peter Stastny, we need you." The best player ever to come out of Slovakia, and they do need him, don't they?
Well, he has been a very big force in Slovakian hockey. It's rumored that he's here in the crowd as a scout right now, so his presence is being felt. The team is coming through today so far.
They're playing some good hockey today in an effort to avoid playing in that relegation game. We don't know who will be in that game yet. Depends on the game played later this evening.
The French have still got to do battle with the Norwegians. The loser of that's going to have to face either the Slovakians or the Austrians.
Long shot. And the whistle blows. Offside call as Merck made the save. This has been a fine performance from the Slovakians. No scoring in the first period, but then Palfi got a little pass from Dimitra at 6:38 on the power play, made it 1-0. And then Shakaris, the defenseman, number 7, came in at 12:47 from the blue line to make it 2-0. Lavuka, who's been trying hard throughout this tournament, picked up his second goal of the tournament on a pass from Yesechko at 17:34, and that's the way it stands. The Germans haven't done much in this hockey game. Merck has done a lot.
Merck has had to do a lot. The Germans have been outshot 29-11.
Dimitra came in, Merck went down, the rebound bobbled away. Ludeman flips it to the far side. Penalty coming up. German goaltender goes off the ice, and the Germans throw on an extra attacker, so the Slovakians will have a man in the box. Rumrick hits the blue. That's taken off a stick, and the whistle blows. Hooking is the call. 1:29 is the time of the penalty.
Palfi with his second minor penalty of this game. There haven't been a lot of penalties in the game. 4 minutes for each team in the first period, 4 minutes again for each team in the second period. And now Palfi in the box with a minute 29 gone in his third period.
Goalies don't mind when they skate out of the net on a delayed penalty like that, as long as they can make it to the bench and sit down. But when they get to the boards and the whistle blows, that's really annoying.
Yeah, or the other situation for the guy sitting on the bench when the goalie comes over 100 miles an hour, it's normally a crash landing that they have. And they end up on top of somebody who's minding their own business on the bench.
Once a goalie gets moving, nothing can stop him. Ducey, shot right on the target. Goaltender just falls on that and forces a face-off. 1:46 remaining on Palfi's penalty for hooking. Face-off deep in the Slovakian zone. Benoit Ducey in the face-off circle. Kinas, shot wide of the target. Height on the far corner of the blue, gives it to Hesht. Ducey looking for places to go as he moves out to the hash marks. Gets it back to Height, back to Ducey. Ducey just flips it in. Ducey unable to contain that as Pucher got it away, and the Slovaks, Varhalik and Pucher. Offside. Big chop there from Kinas. And then a bit of a cross-check on Varhalik. Offside was the call as Varhalik brought it over from the face-off. That rolls all the way down the ice. Shakaris brought that around, and Benda upended the goaltender. Dragon was tripped up in his crease. No penalty on the play. I'm sure the Dragon will write down Benda's number and make the most of his next opportunity. Bergen gives that to Kolnick. Kolnick slides it all the way back, and we have 41 seconds remaining on the power play. Kolnick feeds it over, and the Slovaks doing a great job of ragging the puck. Seeger fanned on the pass to Kolnick. Benda collects. Draisaitl at the blue line. Stefan. Benda out front. The pass for onto the far wing, and Meyer is there. No sense of urgency in the German attack. Benda gets it out. It deflects away. Draisaitl is hooked and grabbed, and that comes out of the zone.
Draisaitl and Smerchiak, or Medrick rather, really going at each other. That happened, the play between them happened before the puck got to Draisaitl. Then after Draisaitl lost the puck, and they were still having to go.
From a sharp angle, Benda tried to bang it in as Palfi gets back on the ice. The Slovaks are back at full strength. I'm not convinced with that power play.
Not at all. It shows you, though, the intensity that the Slovakians are putting into this game. They are controlling the puck even when they're short-handed right now. Benda trying to make something happen for the Germans. That's not the greatest of angles for a power play shot.
Face-off in the Slovak zone at 3:37 of the third and final period. Schneider is out there with Rumrick. Schneider stays. 3-0 the scoreline out there. The Slovaks in a comfortable lead over the Germans. That comes back. Whelan's shot bounces off a leg. Rumrick shot save is there, bounces out, and Hesht unable to get a stick on it. Slovakia. Palfi. Palfi makes one move, tries to make two, it doesn't work. Tapped in, almost squirted through. Dimitra bats that down. Hesht goes after it. Rumrick, the intended receiver, didn't get on it. Schneider doubles back. Schneider trapped at the blue line, and that comes to the hash marks. The Germans with Hesht and Rumrick. Hesht goes in hard. Smerchak. Sloppy play along the boards, a little tight for anyone to go anywhere out there as it's cleared back in by Meyer. Both teams need a change. Palfi headmans the puck to the blue line. Satin, Dimitra, Palfi. Puck eludes all three. McKay, long shot wide of the target. Batted back in. Both teams going for another change out there as we hit the 5-minute mark. Height, nice move by the defenseman, but just a shade offside.
Height thought he was going to get a shot, but the puck just came over the blue line. Offside's a call, and a good call by the linesman. The last minute or two has been a little bit better for the Germans. Their aggression has come back to them a little. They're playing it tougher along the boards, and that's how they've gotten to where they are now. They've been aggressive, they've body checked well. They need to get back into that, even if they don't win this game. They need a good third period.
nicht gleich nervös werden.
For holding. Up the middle to Benda. Benda getting through Barholic. Barholic stays with him. Benda grabs a stick. Takes that for a ride. Barholic hasn't got a stick out there, and then Benda shoots the stick to the far side of the rink. That's what I like, sportsmanship. Puck along the boards, Benda has it. Squeezed against the woodwork, and the Slovaks come up with a puck at 13-20. Isecko jumps back on the ice. Babuka takes a hit on the blue line as the players fall in front of the German bench. Nowak picks himself up slowly. We have another penalty on the play.
Holding is the eventual call made here. He could have had his choice of 2 or 3 different calls on the play. Babuka took an elbow right in the face just before that.
Absolutely. There was a big elbow right on the Slovakian number 9's face.
Nowak is the guy that's in the box for the holding call.
14 minutes in penalties so far for Nowak in this tournament. It's now a 5-on-3 situation with 6.5 minutes remaining in this third and final period. Face-off outside the German zone. Hasak from the face-off won the draw. Kolnick hits the blue and gets over. Shakaris gives it a gentle tap in the corner. Kolnick. Big shot upstairs. Seeger, rather, not Kolnick. Seeger was waiting for something loose to come through. Merrick came up with a glove hand.
Shakaris, Seeger, and Kolnick having a quick word now. Seeger electing to just drive it at Merrick himself, lets it go, looking for the short side. Merrick getting the glove hand on it.
Hasak again wins the draw. Shakaris gets the puck. Kolnick. Shakaris. Kolnick. Kolnick to the side of the net, looking for a give and goal. That was pretty. Another goal from another defenseman.
Medrick with the goal. Great finish to a couple of nice passes by the Slovakians. 5-on-3, the Slovaks in complete control. They set it up nicely. Shakaris, Seeger, Kolnick, they all held their spots. They knew what they wanted to do. The puck goes down low. Seeger, heads up pass right to the front of the net. There's Medrick coming in from his defensive spot.
Power play goal at the 14-minute mark. Medrick picks up his first point of the tournament. The Slovaks get it out of the zone again with the clock ticking down on the Germans. 4-0 the score. First Shakaris got a goal. The defenseman, now Medrick. They're showing that the forwards, they're showing them that the defenseman can score as well as the forwards out there. Dimitra drops it off, the return pass. Dimitra tries to get it in front. Schertz just flips it high. Bouncing puck, goaltender gloves it down. Still 39 seconds remaining. A penalty to Nowak. The Germans under pressure for most of this game. They've had their opportunities and haven't really been able to take them when they came. Flipped in slowly. Smerchak and Wisnowski back on the D as both teams try to get fresh legs out there. Babuka. Merrick. That was gloved down nicely by Isecko. If anybody's going to do it for the Slovaks, it should be him. He's the tallest guy on the team. Isecko at 15:33. Puker Germany back at full strength. Merck gets it out of the zone up to Schneider. Schneider backhands it across the rink. And a chance now for Germany as Bergen gets it and then loses control at the top of the circle. A 2-on-2, a 2-on-3. Levuka takes a shot. Merck goes down. That goes over the net. Grabovich goes in hard. Bergen comes up with a puck and floats it out of the zone.
Levuka has one goal in the game, and he doesn't think that he's finished yet. He just isn't stopping. He's all over the ice. Number 9, Levuka, is playing an outstanding game for the Slovaks.
Grabovich got it forward. The save is there. And Merck is mad. Seeger broke in. Merck threw his stick and his glove up in the air as a gesture to the rest of his players in the bench, as if to say, what is going on out there? The Germans are not playing hockey at all. They've given up on this one. Less than 3.5 minutes to go in the hockey game. It's one-way traffic. Goaltender again makes a good save. Merck comes up with a glove hand save and puts it up on the meshing, and the applause all around this building is for this guy on your screen right now. Here's Rabovich on the move.
It's still all Slovakia. Seeger in on the goal all alone. Merck wondering where the heck his teammates have gone. He makes another great save. Less than 4 minutes to play in this game, and the Germans have only had 15 shots at Dragon in the Slovakian net.
Not one of their best performances, but you could say that they're already through and they're trying to save themselves. They don't want to get an injury. One or two people felt that way when the Americans played the Canadians last night. The Americans were already through. They went out, they worked up a good sweat. They lost the game, and they didn't pick up any injuries, which is crucial for this next round.
Well, the Finns or the Czechs, either team are going to be tough, but the Czechs have silently gone right to the top of the division in Pool B. Last year, they finished 4th. The Russians were first in their side, and the Czechs knocked the Russians off in the quarterfinals 2-0. So the Czechs this year are coming in through the first round a lot better off. The Germans are going to be in for a tough game.
The good thing about this tournament is that anything can happen once you get into the next round. It's one game. Goldman, his pass misses Steffen. Icing is the call at 17:34, and that's what makes it exciting. It's almost like overtime hockey because you lose, you're out. And I don't know who's going to win it this year. I was going to go on and say there are 2 or 3, but I'm not going to say that. The Russians look so good, but the Finns and the Swedes, Czechs are hot. The Americans have been playing some good hockey. Even the Canadians could be underdogs.
Well, the Canadians have gotten stronger throughout their games as well, and now going into the next round to play, like you say, Paul, it's one game, and it's that game that you've got to rise for. You've only got that one chance.
We should mention the Italians, but I really don't think they're up to the level of the Finns, Swedes, Russians, and Czechs. They have a great team, though, and they're into the next round. A chance, goaltender down, and finally, the Germans, with Dieter Hagen on his birthday, come up with a goal. 17:55, the time of the goal. A long time coming.
The way the Germans have been playing, it's only because of his birthday that Hagen gets this goal. No disrespect to Dieter Hagen, he's a great player, but finally there's a good bounce for the Germans, and Hagen makes the most of it. Shot going just off the padded Dragon. Dieter Hagen right in the right place at the right time. Finally, the Germans are on the scoreboard.
Well, it's only right that Dieter Hagen should score on his birthday because Klaus Merck got a shutout on his birthday. I can hardly wait till my birthday to see what happens.
Probably get a shutout, Paul.
The story of my life.
It'll be in your driveway against your 2 kids.
Duce races for that. It's flipped to the far side. 4-1 the score, with 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining on the hockey game. Duce starts it up and loses it right at the blue line. Meyer to Duce. Duce gets the shot away, and Dragon gloves it down.
Schneider hoping for a rebound, but Yaseko was all over him, and the puck was already in Dragon's catching glove.
So it looks as though the Austrians will be battling to avoid relegation. As we said, it will either be the French or the Norwegians. The Norwegians already have 2 points from 2 ties, correct?
That's exactly right.
The French have nothing from nothing. So the French have a lot to do tonight.
That's right. The French are just struggling. They're a good hockey team. They haven't been able to get anything together for themselves. The Norwegians are tough. On the other hand, they only have 2 points to show for their first 4 games, but they're a good team.
Reichel into the corner. Kuhnhauser taken off the puck. And the Slovaks hit the red line and just flip it in. We now have 52 seconds left on the game. Bergen, long pass up to Kuhnhauser. Icing is the call as that deflected off his stick on the German side of the red line and went all the way down without being touched past the Slovakian red line. Dragon will be annoyed about losing his shutout, but I'm sure he's happy about ending up in 5th place rather than 6th.
Oh, that's right. The coaching staff for the Slovakian team can get on the phone and tell Peter Bondra he can stay in Washington for a little while longer if he wants. They aren't going to need him to pack up in a hurry and get over here.
I wonder if Petrovicki was looking forward to leaving Kalamazoo.
If he, maybe he'd have Bob Gainey to ride with him in business class or something.
We said in the game the other day that Kalamazoo had a certain ring about it, but I don't think it will ever compare to Vienna. Petrovicki, the player who came over and then had to go back and leave the Slovakian team and play for Kalamazoo. He's under contract to the NHL farm team, and they just said, hey, look, we're going through our playoffs. We want to see you there. We have 24 seconds left on the game. And a penalty coming up.
Penalty for cross-checking.
That's not going to change anything. The Slovakian fans finally have something really big to cheer about. Just being in Pool A was enough for them. In the first instance, tying the Canadians was a good moment in their first game, but since then, it's been kind of downhill. Now they finally win a game, and they're out of the relegation battle. And the fans who have come here in their thousands, who have never stopped cheering, have really something to cheer about for the rest of the tournament. They can be proud of what their team has done in their first year in Pool A. Long clearance down the ice, and that'll be it. The spectators count it down. It's a 4-1 victory. Slovakia over Germany. And both some quick thoughts on this game.
It's a good performance, a good passing game put together by the Slovakians, and it's a good note for them to go out of the tournament on. A nice solid win over the Germans.
Well deserved. Slovakia go back to congratulate their goalie. They will definitely be in Pool A for another year. The Germans will move on into the next round. After 60 minutes of play, 4-1 is the score. Slovakia over Germany. Got a quick star from the Slovakian team.
I'll take Plavuka. He worked like an animal for 60 minutes. American goal for the Germans. Played a good game.
That's all we have time for now. Until next time, from Richard Beaupre and myself.
Na rade je prvé vydanie športového spravodajstva. Dobrý večer. Fanúšikovia slovenského hokeja čakali 8 dní na prvé víťazstvo našej reprezentácie na viedenských majstrovstvách sveta. Ako sa teda zrodilo?
Naši reprezentanti nastúpili na existenčné stretnutie s Nemeckom dokonale koncentrovaní a diktovali tempo. Dokonca pri vlastnom oslavení sa do prvej vážnej šance dostal Žigmund Pálffy. Nebola v prvej tretine jediná, no gól sme nedali. Bol to však práve Žigi Pálffy, ktorý v druhej časti hry pri presilovke 5-4 prelomil streleckú smolu našich v dnešnom stretnutí. Strelil prepotrebný vedúci gól, ktorý priniesol na hokejky našich hráčov upokojenie. Nemci boli zväčša pod tlakom a neraz nestačili čeliť našim akciám. Po jednej z nich perfektnej prihrávke Cígera a strele Sekeráša kapituloval inak výborný brankár Merk 2-0. Potom sa presadil aj najlepší extraligový strelec Vlastimil Plavucha. Z rovnakej pozície, z akej mu s Američanmi neuznal gól rozhodca Lepaus, zvýšil na 3-0. V tretej tretine Slovensko kontrolovalo hru, hralo zodpovedne v obrane a súpera nepripustilo k vážnejšej akcii. Naopak pri presilovke 5 proti 3 našiel tentoraz Cíger Medříka a o našom zotrvaní v A kategórii bolo rozhodnuté. Nič na tom nezmenil ani gól Hegena, ktorým len zmiernil prehru Nemecka. Víťazstvo Slovenska 4-1 sa zapíše ako prvé historické v A kategórii svetového šampionátu.
Tie vaše prvé dojmy sú určite dojmy spokojnosti, pretože sme dosiahli ten základný cieľ, záchranu.
Ja si myslím, že áno, v dnešnom stretnutí chlapci skutočne vydali zo seba všetko po každej stránke. Hrali nielen disciplinovane takticky, ale sa presadili aj v tej útočnej fáze a to je pozitívne. Urobili kus roboty a Slovensko je znova v A skupine. To je veľmi dôležité.
Tu je definitívna podoba našej skupiny. Vyhralo teda Rusko, druhé Spojené štáty, tretia Kanada, štvrté Nemecko. Takto postupujú do štvrťfinálových bojov. Naši na 5. mieste. Štvrťfinálové stretnutia vám poskytneme na STV 2 v priamých prenosoch. Už zajtra USA, Švédsko 15:50, Fínsko, Kanada o 19:50 a v tých istých časoch potom v stredu aj stretnutia Rusov s Talianmi a Čechov s Nemcami. O chvíľu o 20. hodine sa začína